Tarot. My name is Laura, and this is going to be a love forecast for the sign of Scorpio for the month of July 2016. Scorpio, this is your love reading for the month of July. And for this reading, I will be using the Tarot Mucha as my primary tarot deck. For clarification, I may use the Vera Sibilla Italiana. And I will also be pulling an oracle message at the end of your reading from the Psychic Tarot for the Heart by John Holland. So if that all sounds really good, let's get started with your reading. This love reading is for my Scorpio suns, Scorpio moons, and Scorpio risings, and those on the cusp of Scorpio for the month of July 2016. This is a general love reading and will not resonate with everyone. For the most accurate reading with the most accurate outcome, I do recommend coming and getting a private reading. Spirit, what are the love messages and energies that you have for the sign of Scorpio for the month of July 2016? What does Scorpio need to know with regards to their love lives for the month of July? This is for my Scorpio suns, moons, and risings. Spirit, what are the love messages and energies surrounding Scorpio for the month of July? And a few more shuffles here. What are the love messages and energies, Spirit? All right, let's take a look at your cards. Let me zoom this in a little bit more. You have the Chariot in your significator position, crossed by the Six of Swords. What comes below you is the Three of Wands reversed. What crowns you throughout the month of July is the Queen of Cups in reverse. In your recent past, you have the Nine of Swords reversed. In your near future, you have the Four of Pentacles. In the position of how you see yourself, you have the Sun. In your environment, this is also how your significant other, the person you think about the most, may be viewing you or dealing with you. They also have the Six of Pentacles. In your hopes and fears, you have the Ace of Cups. And your outcome for the month of July is the Two of Cups. Beautiful. All right, Scorpio, let's talk about your cards. In your present situation, this is the energy that you bring with you into the month of July. With regards to your love life, you have the Chariot. So you have a lot of confidence, momentum. You are directing your love life. You have the reins in your relationship. This is an upwardly mobile energy. You are calm, cool, and collected and balanced in your energies moving forward. This can also indicate travel. Some of you may be traveling during the month, I can't speak today, during the month of July. This is also the sign of Cancer. So some of you are dealing with a Cancer or have Cancer in your chart. But I'm also noticing a lot of wings in your reading. This is a symbol of angelic energy, and also like you're taking flight, flying. You're flying high, Scorpio. I see the wings in the Chariot here. I'm also seeing the wings in the Ace of Cups with the Dove, and then in your outcome position with the Lion with the wings on the Caudicus. So just a beautiful energy. Now what crosses you is the Six of Swords. So this is what's helping or hindering you, what covers you for the month of July, and what may also be posing a challenge. Now the Six of Swords can indicate moving from one place in terms of your psychological energy to another, and that is a positive movement forward. There's a lot of healing for you this month and a lot of movement forward, I'd say. This energy definitely does help you. There's a peacefulness, a calmness, a sense of moving on and leaving your troubles behind. I very much sense that a lot of you will be traveling, possibly over water, to visit with a loved one or with a loved one. This could indicate like a cruise or some kind of journey by car over or across water. Travel is a theme that I can't not say for your love life. You may be in a long distance relationship, or you may just be traveling to visit a loved one who lives in another town or in another environment. But it will be peaceful, will be calm. And your challenge is also to heal from some psychological trauma that happened in the past. You move from the Nine of Swords reversed to the Six of Swords, what's crossing you. So you do let go, I think, of a lot of these mental worries, anxieties, and pressures that were ailing you over the past 2 weeks. This is a card of sleepless nights and really just feeling a lot of pressure. This is strong mental energy and something tormenting you, something keeping you up at night, something bothering you. I see that you leave that behind and are able to move on in July, so that's very good. When it comes to your love life, you won't be bringing a lot of this baggage with you. You will in fact be setting yourself free to some extent. Now what puts you here is the Three of Wands reversed. So this card in your foundation talks about an inability to maybe see the bigger picture. There's also a loss of plans going on, or a lack of long-term vision. So one thing that I'm seeing, and this is in your foundation position, so it's what puts you here, is you may not be seeing long-term potential with a particular partner. You were under a lot of pressure recently, or feeling anxious, possibly about making a decision, but more than likely what I'm seeing here is a lack of growth in a particular area of your life. Now, wands are fire energy, and fire energy is manifestation. And so this does talk about, here you are holding on to one wand, and the two are kind of not even in your perspective. You're not even aware that they're there. These can represent people that are interested in you, or that are playing a role in your life somehow. But I almost feel like they do slip away from you in the reverse position. There's a sense of not seeing the long-term possibilities, maybe not even looking for them, but just moving on, just letting go and moving on from something that you had your sights on, from something that you were hoping. You're not waiting around anymore for that. I think it's time for you to move on, and you do. What crowns you for the month of July? You have the Queen of Cups reversed. This is what you may be thinking or feeling but have not made yours. This is your energy, Scorpio, and upright, she's very sensitive, very psychic, very in tune with her emotions. I see a little bit of the bohemian in her. Often tarot readers do get this card because of her psychic powers. She's deeply in tune with her emotions. The cup is her power. Emotions are her realm. She's very comfortable in her emotions. Here, I feel like there's a block to her ability to feel deeply or even an excess of emotions. This is someone who is like a roller coaster. She's up and down. She doesn't really know how to modulate her feelings. She may get lost in the world of her emotions. She may be dwelling on love to such an extent, or even drowning in her own emotions. This can be in the form of weepiness, crying, having mood swings, that kind of thing. So this may also represent someone in your life who behaves this way. They may be a water sign, a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. It could be your significant other, or even a friend or relative that you're thinking about. And I would like to clarify who she is, because you will be thinking about this person a lot. You will be feeling like this person a lot, or feeling, or I should say picking up on energies from this person. They may even be in your energy to some extent, or feeding off of your energy to some extent. So it's important that we get clear on who she is, if she's in your thoughts and feelings this July. So some information on this Queen of Cups reversed. I see a woman worrying. She's afflicted by something, and it's irritating to her. She is very troubled. Next, I see a family. Stability is the focus here, and so is the tradition of that family. So the home comes into focus, and everything that that home represents to her. Next, I see a married woman, and there is respect or attraction toward the mother of a family. This could actually represent that woman or another person who you have respect or attraction for. She would be married and would be held in your highest esteem because there is respect for her, but she is the mother of a family. Perhaps she's going through some difficulties in her home life. There's something that she is very worried about. It's afflicting her, or it's causing her some trouble. The next thing I see in your future is the Four of Pentacles. Now this will be the middle of July, so 1 to 2 weeks into the middle of July, likely the middle of July. This is you maintaining the status quo. You may be very stingy with your emotions. You may not really feel like showing the other person a lot of affection, or just kind of holding on to things, feelings, people. There's a sense of contraction in terms of, you know, just notice his posture. The arms are crossed, and he's literally sitting on pentacles. He's sitting on money. These pentacles aren't going anywhere. This pentacle isn't going anywhere, and he's very obviously proud of this pentacle if he's wearing it on his head. So there's a lot of financial security in this card, but also a lot of withholding and maybe even hoarding your things, possessions, people, emotions, holding on very tightly to what you have, not really wanting to budge, maybe just interested in holding to the status quo, okay? In the position of how you see yourself, you have the Sun. So this is excellent. You are very confident. You have a lot of enthusiasm. There's a sense of being in touch with your inner child and loving life. A sense of freedom, joy, love, clarity, and just being happy. True happiness, Scorpio. True happiness for you this month. Also in your environment, you have the Six of Pentacles. So you're surrounded by generosity. You're surrounded by people that are willing to give to you. And I suspect that if this is your partner, this is how they'll be viewing you and dealing with you, as someone who is very generous and giving of their time, money, and attention. This is a little bit of a contradiction to what's coming up in the near future. But obviously holding on to what you have is doing you some good, because you are happy with what you have and your significant other does feel that you're very generous and giving. So it looks like you're just interested in keeping things as they are and maintaining a stable environment. In your hopes and fears, you have the Ace of Cups. I think you're hoping for love. I think you're hoping for abundance and joy. This is an offer of love, a blessing. It may even represent a birth, a baby shower, a rite of passage in love, communion, some kind of blessing or new beginning in love. There's a sense of how do I want to say it? Cleansing, and the lotus is really a spiritual gift. The 1,000-petaled lotus. It does speak to your 7th chakra and an opening of your heart center, an overpouring of emotions and an opening to love. And so in your hopes and fears, this is a beautiful card and a blessing, and definitely something that I myself as a tarot reader would hope to have in that position, because it is a blessing. In your outcome, you have the Two of Cups. This is respect or attraction that is requited love, chemistry, definitely a partnership that involves mutual affection that goes both ways. And ultimately, if you're asking, will you be happy with your soulmate on this earth? The answer is yes, you will. And this love runs very deep. It's the ultimate love. It's earthly love. So, and most likely with someone that you do consider a soulmate. So one of the most positive readings I've had yet, Scorpio. You truly are in control of your life, and you do understand what it takes to be happy. You're able to let go of things that no longer serve you and manifest the things that do. So with that being said, I'd like to close out your reading with a message from the Oracle. Please help guide Scorpio on their highest spiritual destiny this month and months forward. Please provide them a message that will help guide them in love and in light. Okay. So the card that I drew for you is Challenging Times. And this resonates with the, I think the 5 of Wands in the tarot. I didn't expect to get this message, but it is what it is. We'll take what resonates and leave the rest. I'm going to be reading today from the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. So the key words are ego, conflict, challenges, competition. Human ego can be helpful when it provides us with a sense of self, value, and purpose. However, the ego can also lead to problems when it seeks to build itself up at the expense of others. Quarrelsome energies may be in the air at this time. You may find yourself either instigating disagreements or being pulled into them by others. Step back and examine the real issues behind the conflict. You may find that it's more about being right than it is about what is right. You may also find a relationship to be more challenging than usual. Sensing an underlying power struggle, even though surface energies appear to be calm. Use your intuition and intellect to ascertain what's happening. While competition can be stimulating, it's disruptive to a relationship. You can avoid this by thinking before you speak or act, and by coming from a place of honesty and love. And so I feel this card is here just to remind you, Scorpio, of the challenges that can sometimes arrive in a close partnership. And of course, we've all been through these types of situations. Even in a soulmate relationship, there are challenging times. But you will withstand those challenges, and you will be stronger because of them. And it's because you love so deeply and understand what the conflict is about, as opposed to needing to be right. You understand the underlying issue as opposed to feeding fire with fire. So this card comes just to remind you to stay the course and use your power of intuition, intellect, curiosity, and deep emotional understanding and sensitivity. Scorpio, you are among the most psychic of the signs. Your energies and your love do run deep, and you can pick up the undercurrents of what people's intentions are without even having to speak. So use your talents, use your powers wisely, and you'll be fine. Thank you for joining me for your love reading for July. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like this reading, give it a thumbs up, as I will ensure that I get your readings out first next month. And stay tuned for the mid-month readings, which will be hosted on my Patreon page. You can get more information below in the video description. Of course, if you'd like to book a reading with me, I do offer private readings, and you can check out my scheduling page to book a reading. More information below in the video description. Take care, Scorpio. Thank you so much for joining me. Many blessings.